Mobility is in great demand as consumers look to gain access to high-speed mobile data and voice services at all times. Earlier, I spoke with Naila Govan-Fasson. She's an information and communication technologies industry analyst, this at Frost & Sullivan. And I asked her what's driving the growth of broadband across sub-Saharan Africa.
If we look at telecommunication penetration in Namibia, it's about over 110% compared to 40% in Mozambique. But majority of this communication is via mobile, which is a trend in sub-Saharan Africa. Now, if you look at the broadband communication, the penetration rate is very small. So for Namibia, we're looking at about 10 to 13%. Compared to 5 to 6% in Mozambique. So it's a very niche market, but which presents a good opportunity for growth. And the compound annual growth rate expected for Namibia in broadband is about 8% and 13 to 14% in Mozambique.
If we look at infrastructure developments across the region, Naila, are they likely to support increased access to broadband, especially if we look at the potential to reduce prices?
Both countries are heavily investing in infrastructure development for communication, overall communication. So if you look at Mozambique alone, the third mobile operator, Movitel, is investing heavily in infrastructure across the entire country, especially in rural areas where there has been very little presence of communication. Competition in both countries is also driving demand for broadband. If you look at Namibia alone, the mobile market communication is saturated, which has reduced the ARPU and mobile operators are looking for new stream of revenues, which is data. So diversification of the product service offering is also a driver. And in Mozambique also, because of entrance of the third mobile operator company, all other market participants are investing heavily in infrastructure.
Naila, of course, I mean, you make the point of increased competition in the telecommunications space, but are we beginning to see that product differentiation and innovation coming out from the different players?
Yes, I think product differentiation is key in such a highly intense competitive market, because what is happening is all the companies are more or less offering the same service. So how you differentiate your product is key. Besides product differentiation, in Namibia's case, it's crucial for companies to employ effective marketing strategies to retain current customers, convert this to their broadband services, and also attract new customers. And the same applies for Mozambique.
Let's look at some of the backlogs or blockages, if I may, Naila. What's keeping the industry from really breaking through and moving forward in terms of increased subscription and broader market bases?
The challenges for, obviously, we're talking about Mozambique and Namibia, where the challenges is definitely poverty. The lack of energy is the main one. Both countries don't have enough power supply, which is not sustaining the communication development. The other challenge would be the infrastructure. The transport infrastructure is very limited in, especially Mozambique, which restrains development of communication sector as a whole. But and also illiteracy, I think, is the biggest challenge.
From where you sit, do you think that we're seeing the right policies coming from those respective governments to perhaps turn that situation around?
Yes, I think both governments are becoming very liberal in allowing other companies to enter the market, in liberalizing the market, and also the regulations have been changed to accommodate new market strategies and dynamics, and also entrance of new companies into the country.